Okay, so let's see. You said IMMP, immunotherapeutics probably, or something like that. And ELSE. All right, ELSE for the big pop. Yup, yup. But it's really pulled back a lot, right? It has not been able to hold its bullish sentiment. So it was like a one-time overreaction, and then it's just been falling ever since, coming back to earth, right? So that's not great. That's not a great sign, right? So that's how you got to think of that. And IMMP, let's see that. So that one couldn't make it a second time, but you have to like, let me take a look at without with my glasses. I'm giving you stock analysis, blurry stock analysis. Second time around on this morning versus last night, was not able to break yesterday's bullish high. In fact, now it's testing yesterday's pullback low, and it probably is going to break down. I don't see why it wouldn't, right? I mean, it couldn't make it above the high. Why wouldn't it break down then? So that one also weak. So that's how you got to read those charts. HOFV, somebody says. All right, so 4.5 is where it pretty much was yesterday, and it's popped about 50 cents and holding. It made one bullish push, break to new highs. Then it made two failed pushes to new highs, and now it's basically kind of flagging into a consolidation pennant. Start trading crypto. Oh, geez, I don't know, man. Elliot, do you think you could help him a little bit? Good morning, Camille. Good morning, Pat. Let's see what else we have here on the market Chameleon. I was reading that FinViz Elite maybe gives you real-time maps. That could be worth the subscription for me, because then I could see either possibly pre-market sector breakouts on the day, or at least on the open, within the first minute or two, we could have a sense of what's hot and what's bleeding. All right, we also got ORBC with 1 million volume and up 51%. We have three, let's see, we have possibly had more than three. Oh yes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20% or more gainers this morning. 1, 2, 3, basically 4 of which are 50% or more. That indicates the momentum breakout plays are going to be heating up and are going to be somewhat hot today and maybe going into next week. So let's take a look at ORBC. Okay, that's a merger. See, whenever you have the price just go pegged up to a price like that, 11.52 is where it's hanging out. It's probably a $12 merger or something like that. Acquisition, there it is. Orbcom to be acquired by GI Partners. So that one doesn't count. Very, because that's just going to get pegged. Very spiked from 13 yesterday. Actually, it closed around 10. Is this a SPAC? I'll have to check. A lot of hype went up to 34 this morning. 4 hours ago, but has come back all the way down to 14. So what's the news on Very? Let's see. Well, I don't find anything. Does anybody know anything about Very? Is that a SPAC merger? All right, you guys, let me know about Very. And then we have AVCT. AVC Technologies exploring alternatives after getting a $9 a share unsolicited bid. So in other words, they're looking for a higher bidder. So that's AVCT, was it? The AVCT. So this also is not necessarily a qualified runner. This is also an acquisition play. So it's kind of cool to be able to see like, hey, they got an offer to be bought out for $9 a share. And what happened to the stock price? Boom, it went all the way up to 8.3, $8.5 a share. It peaked at $9 a share. Then they announced, hey, you know what? We're going to see if anybody else wants to do any better than that, right? And that made the price drop down to $7.75 a share. So it's true that a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. And the hive mind agrees, it looks like, because everyone didn't like the valuation of not taking the $9 a share offer to try to get a better offer by looking elsewhere. It's a tale as old as times. All right, Rice. Oh no, APRE. So anyway, that's an acquisition deal. So that one's out. And Very, did we find out what that's all about? FinMiz Maps even has pre-market? No way. Come on. Can you check? No way. Dude, can you paste a image to the group of the one-day performance pre-market or something? FinViz Elite. Post it to the VIP area. Paul, I'm going to take a look at that map. And if you're right, yeah, I'm probably going to get that. Elite. Oh, I have to click a little. Send this out to everybody in the group. Good morning, everybody. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, I see it. Oh, your stock rocket, right on. Yeah, so you're actually seeing that. Wow. So AT&T. So already pre-market game plan, we can see AT&T and Verizon not doing good. And what are those little very red ones in the middle right? Which symbols are those, Paul? We might have our struggling stocks on the day, you see. And then find me a couple of bright greens. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's pretty red, Paul. Okay, let's take a look at APRE. There we go. Now that's what you want to see. APRE pushed to new highs every time that it pushed. So the excitement isn't over. Whatever's going on with APRE, whatever news article it is, whatever the hype is, it's far better than, say, ELSE or IMMP. They couldn't even push to new bullish highs. So something exciting is going on at APRE. It's pulling back now, might be basing, and it could be a good time to start to trickle in some funds on that. Just be ready to cut and run if it doesn't perform, though. But get an average going. Like, look, right now it's at 5.44. You could just trickle in a little 5% position, 5%. And then let's say it goes all the way back down to this base here, 5.2. So you get another 5%. Guess what? Now your cost average is 5.3. That's pretty awesome, considering that your out might have to be like 5. So now you have a 30-cent downside, but the upside could be a break of 6, maybe a run to 7. So you're talking about like $1.70 upside. So you have to think in terms of risk reward like that every trade. Annie Duke apparently has a book I haven't read yet. I'd like to go grab it. She's an ex-poker player turned financial theorist. And Annie Duke, and she has a new book called Think in Bets. And that's the way it is in life. Everything is a bet. Everything has a risk and a reward. Going to pick an apple off of a tree, anything. When you're trying to get your gains in life, there's a risk and a reward. APRE. So that one we're going to keep pretty much on the radar. What I want to know now is, okay, Very's plant-based food revolution has gone global. Plant-based food revolution. So Very is what would make it spike so high? Is that a SPAC? Okay, let's take a look. Has anybody got like a very good news feed? Check out what's up with Very, because and also what are the shares short? Let me ask you my group. Let's work together on these this morning so we can get this done faster. We've got 20 minutes to the open. What are the shares short? Shares float on APRE. I have a feeling just looking at it, because it's pretty low volume and it pushed a lot, I'm going to guess it's 8.5 million. Let's see if I'm right. Let's see how good at reading charts I am. APRE, how many shares float is there? I'm going to guess it's 8.5 million. Might even be less. Let's see. Nikki wrote back, 102. I'm way to fuck off. That's pretty funny. But then why is it moving so much on such little volume? That's insane. Let's go take a look at it myself. APRE float. Float. No, you're wrong. The float is 18 million. And it might even be less than that. 14 million. I have a recent information. 14 million. 18.45 million. Okay, so I was not very far off, actually. Only half. I was pretty close. And you show 16.24, and you got to go with the lowest. I show 14.27 in one result, and you have to go with the lowest. And the reason for that is probably is the shares float are unused shares, are shares that people haven't bought yet. Okay, shares float. So doesn't it make sense that you would go with the lowest, because it means that the other ones got bought up, and the lowest figure is the more correct one. So it's, but I said 8.5 million. Maybe I'm right, because maybe the 14.2 figure is a week or two out of date. Who knows? Or perhaps this morning alone, 4 million shares got bought up. So now it went from 14 to 10. So I could be pretty close, actually. Turned out. There's been about 1 million shares traded this morning so far. Market Chameleon says 5.9 million. Wow, really? Market Chameleon will give us the share float. That's good to know. Let me see. Where are you seeing that? Share float 5.9 million. My God, it was actually less than what I said, 8.5. And I said maybe less. I was right, because you have to see it. You can see it. It's being pushed way up on kind of low volume, just 1 million volume. So anyway, what this means is APRE has a lot of potential to pop. It's worth it. It's worth the risk reward. You want to try and get some of that this morning, maybe now at a good low average. You don't go hog wild. Pigs get slaughtered. Okay, you don't go hog wild. You be professional. You buy a little bit right now. You buy a little bit in 10 more minutes if it's down more. You buy a little bit if it drops at the open. You buy a little bit more if it drops further. Once it finds bottom, starts to curve up, buy a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? Be professional about it. Once it breaks the pre-market high, or if it dips in the open and it makes a U and it breaks the open, then you either double up what you've got so far, or top up to your max position size and then let it run. Now you got a really good cost average, and you can be a real winner on the day. So anyway, yep, I think APRE looking pretty good, like a good play today. There might not even be shares for you to buy by the time you want to buy them. You're gonna have to buy them from used. You have to buy used shares. Hey man, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Somebody in TikTok says, "Hey, finally someone experienced." I will say that. I will say I'm experienced. If I've been doing this for 25 years, I will completely, what do you call it, like brag about the fact that I'm experienced. But I will tell you this, that I do not know everything. And I never will. And that there's so much I don't know. And that there's things that still baffle me. All right. So, but yeah, experience means a lot, man, I think. Okay, that's totally awesome. Who was that? Nikki, thank you very much for noticing that we can just click on the Market Chameleon and get the latest shares float. That is awesome. And it seems like Market Chameleon's got the latest figure. So Market Chameleon, double win now. Now, can Market Chameleon give us a map? Let's take a look. If Market Chameleon can give me a real-time map, maybe even pre-market, I might rather, instead of getting FinViz Elite, I might go and get Market Chameleon Pro or whatever. So maybe AT&T, Kelly, Stock Rocket, Paul. Somebody asked, what are some good bleeders today? It looks like on that chart, let me open it up and kind of get a better sense for it. Really great paste to that chart, by the way. Thank you very much, Paul. It looks like telecom down this morning and beverages, STZ. Paul, do that again. Go over to the pre-market market map, Paul, if you're listening. And instead of doing just the S&P 500, which I believe maybe is what you have there, select full, F-U-L-L. And it will do the exact same thing. It'll give you all the sectors, you know, organized like that, except now it's going to be thousands of stocks that it's going to show. Thank you, man. And from there, let's, if you can, paste that chart again, and we'll all take a look at it, see if there's anything that stands out. So Verizon apparently, yeah, down this morning. And so that could be a really good bleeder on the day. We want them all day bleeders. Verizon is VZ. Oh, so Verizon down from 59 to 58. It looks like a big jump on something bad news. So somebody check the news on Verizon. So we could get puts on Verizon if that works out. Remember yesterday, Lithium Auto, LI, just bled all day. Those puts really paid off for me, but we will have to keep an eye on that because that could continue to bleed today also. We'll have to see. So Verizon down a lot, and also AT&T down similarly. So, however, I don't know why, but XLC, the sector communications, is actually up. So it could be, though, however, that Verizon and AT&T, for whatever reason, are not in communications. Can you believe that? Sometimes they categorize these things into different sectors for whatever reason. What do you think about ASTC increasing their public offering to 21.6 million shares? Yeah, offerings are bad. You know, offerings are bad. They show a company in distress. It means the company needs to raise money. They need more public money. They can't get it privately. Everyone said no to them on the private side. They went to banks. Banks said no. They went back to the public now, and now they're going to do an offering. And it also says, hey, we don't have money. We don't make money. We can't pull it from existing revenue streams. We're pretty much dry and we suck. And we hope that the public believes in us. We're going to do an offering. We're going to dilute our shares. All the shareholders who currently own our company are going to be diluted down because we don't give a fuck about them. We just want to raise money. So here we go. Here's a bunch of shares, public. Please buy them up. Give us some money. We need money. I mean, it's just the worst thing you could do. Fuck offerings. And that's what SOS did recently, right? And now SOS is in real trouble. So offerings suck and buybacks are good. Buybacks are the opposite. Buybacks are when they buy the shares back from the shareholders, which increases the value. It undilutes the shares outstanding in the shares float, and it increases the value of shareholders' prices and ownership of the company. So yeah, buybacks good, offerings bad. There are some cases where an offering makes sense, like if freaking like Facebook were to do an offering, it would be perfectly great because Facebook has a huge stockpile. They have zero debt, and you have to go like, wow, that's interesting. You know, they don't need to do an offering, but it would be seen as a positive. Maybe they're trying to open up a division. Maybe they're trying to double their VR division or something, you know, so that could be seen as a positive. HOFV has broken run from that pennant flag formation I was talking about. It broke out at 5.1 and is now at 5.27. I do not like the action going on in HOFV. It feels like it has a very large float compared to the volume that's going on. I'd have to say like HOFE probably feels like a 30 or 40 million float. It's too high for the action today. HOFV, I'm going to click on it. Let's see. There we go. 58 million float. Damn. Nailed it again. BNSO dropping, don't know why. So, you know, these are the factors: supply and demand, number of shares float. Kind of that's it. Volume on the day. The volume drives the prices to move. The supply and demand, that's where it's at. And I'm telling you, APRE is going to have the potential to run uncontrollably today. Okay, so APRE could be the huge play. The huge float, HOFV, just kind of like stay away from it. It's you might be able to get something out of it, but you're going to feel it when you're in it. When those breakouts happen, it's going to have huge amounts of shares on the bid and the ask, kind of like holding it back every time. You're going to be able to get a penny out of a breakout, 2 pennies, 5 pennies. Not good, not good. 9 minutes to the open, people. Over on TikTok and over on YouTube, you guys go ahead and click the link in my bio and come join my group. Love to see you in there. Top of the morning to you. Johnson & Johnson, Dolph the Green. J&J today, eh? Did you get your shot? All right, morning. Good morning, Farid. Nice to meet you. Make sure you click the link in my bio. I'd love to see you come join my group. All right, I'm going to refresh now. We have 9 minutes to the open. News comes out, news comes out these last 20 minutes right before the open, and sometimes another thing is popping. We didn't take a look at Rice, did we? Rice acquisition to combine Aria Energy. So that's a SPAC deal going on with something with Aria. All right, I'm not sure which SPAC that's going to change, but oh, by the way, Mara is up 5.4%. Bitcoin is up a smidge, but yeah, Mara is up a bit. Hopefully, you guys dig my TikTok I posted last night. It was pretty funny. Waking up at 3 a.m. going, oh shit, did I close out my Mara puts? Oh shit, because Mara, man, Mara is a monster. SOS sucks, but Mara is awesome. APRE. Lewis, I don't think you should be playing options on APRE, Lewis. No. Momentum plays are for stock shares. Don't be playing options on that. I mean, you can. I mean, hey, maybe you're making a fortune. I don't know, but I would not. Good luck to you on that. But maybe you want to mix and match. I don't know if you're going to get option crazy. But the thing is, with shares, you could buy them now, 5.4, 5.2, whatever it is. And then you can sell later today and hold some maybe even overnight and sell them in after hours and then pre-market. I mean, you have so many options with the shares, ironically. All right, APRE is probably going to be the runner on the day. It doesn't look amazing right now because it's below VWAP, but I do believe it has the most potential. So that's really what we're talking about. It has the most potential. So you have to cost average into that to be safe because there's no guarantees here. We don't know which one of these is really going to take off and run. Is it going to be Veri? Is it going to be HOFV? Is it going to be IMMP, ELSE, APRE? We don't know. Should you cut losses or average down on what ticker? On what ticker was the question asked by Mooncake? Let's see. Man, I don't know what ticker you're talking about. Somebody asked about BLZ or something. What was it? Goes by so fast. What will be BLZ today? I don't know. Maybe you mean SOS because I think those numbers seem to match right up on that. All right, market opens in about 5 minutes. Riot is trading higher on acquiring Windstone for 651 million in cash and stock deal. That's awesome. Riot didn't do an offering, right? They didn't have to raise money. So what does that tell you? Riot is sitting on massive gains, and they're like hunting to buy up things. Riot, that's a really good sign, wouldn't you say? I mean, you have to analyze that, so that's a very bullish sign for Riot. It says that they have much more money than we probably think. Um, and you probably should get right on that. Let's take a look at the Riot chart. Oh God, Verizon is just dropping like a ton of bricks already right before the open. Riot. Did you post that to the VIP? No, I did not. All right. If you could, Paul, if you could post a updated FinViz map pre-market, which includes the full market map, not just the S&P 500. It's the option in the top left. Click full, and that'll give us thousands of stock results on that grid. Let me take a look at that. Thanks, Paul. All right, that's going to give us a little bit of a heads up on what could be running today and what could be bleeding. Which one did you? I guess he didn't answer, but all right. Farid, what will be BLZ today? I don't know, but come join my group. Click the link in my bio, man. Okay, there we go. All right, let's take a look at it. Yeah, that's much better. I love that. I love information. That's awesome. AMRS might bleed today. Okay, so see, the standouts now are RDS A-class shares, BP, STZ. We gotta look at STZ. STZ is in distress. STZ, something bad happening there. SAN. Oh yeah, I love that drop on STZ. Look at that, 225 from 235. You guys hunt down the news on STZ. What is it? STZ. What's going on in STZ? Is it going to bleed all day? Is it a lawsuit? Is it failure to meet endpoints, etc.? PDD, huge green already. Snap. Yeah, Riot's up quite a bit, stair stepping. I think you should get Riot. I already have some options on that, but Riot definitely underpriced and undervalued. Little hidden information on the fact that they just acquired another company for 651 million in cash. Like easy deal. STZ has earnings today. Okay, they already did. I guess they're way down. It's not that negative, I guess. We'll have to see how the reaction goes. If STZ breaks pre-market low, we could probably take that as a short. How about PDD? It seems to be doing really well today. Okay, you guys out in TikTok land and YouTube, make sure you click the link in my bio. I'm going to cut the feed here. We're getting ready to live trade. Market opens in about a minute. All right, see you there. Click the link in my bio. Come on, join the group. Yes, sir.